How's it going, guys, and welcome to another Title Race Let's Play. You have me today instead of Lex, Colin. We're going to be trying to do more and more of these with different developers, but today it's Cold Wild's Blades of the Righteous. Now, for any of you guys that are into like turn-based kind of micromanaging games, there have been a lot of really good ones that have come out on Steam recently, and for only $2.99, I think this one's definitely worth your time. We'll probably just get in. I have played one like short playthrough already just to kind of get the basics down, but we'll go ahead and just show you the game and see what you guys think as well. And we'll go ahead and just go medium. I have tried the hard difficulty, and it definitely was a bit too much for beginners, so I'm going to go ahead and just go into medium at the beginning. So this kingdom once was peaceful. Then, evil spawns started to appear from the portals. The king rallies his forces to defeat the evil threat. Are you up for the challenge? The kingdom is being contested by Orc Leader. Destroy one portal to get to the enemy leader, neutralize the enemy leader, and that is going to be the objective of our playthrough. Now, you see here your king is up in the top left. He's going to give you a lot of like your tutorial stuff. We'll go through that really quick. It seems the demons from the dark world are attacking the kingdom. Let us figure out the plan. First, let us observe what we have in the castle. We have to train the troops. Click here to continue. So you can kind of go in between the castle and the world map without, anything happening. It doesn't take any time, so you can just kind of cycle through, but you go ahead and go to the castle. To wage war, we need resources and recruits. We have some resources, but we don't have people. Let's fix this. So you recruit some peasants, and it's kind of like the scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You've seen stuff like this before, but you come over here, and then you recruit 4 peasants. Recruiting peasants doesn't take any resources or anything like that. You just have to come in and just like click on them, and then they become part of your kingdom, and then they're really useful because you can trade them out for food, or you can also use them when you're recruiting units, and they work as kind of like a resource in and of themselves that way. Make sure you get here I usually come back every turn because there's at least 2 or 3 that you can recruit, and you need all the resources you can for this game. Now when we have both people and resources, let's train some professional warriors at the barracks. So then come over here, and this is where you can actually get the soldiers that you'll fight with in kind of the turn-based aspect of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and get a swordsman and a mage, and I could get a rogue if I just had 5 more gold. As you can see there, you use a peasant, and then you can use either iron, magic gems, or lumber to get new units. Soldiers seem to be trained enough, but we can never be too prepared. It's possible to get additional skills for them at the training grounds. Now this is also a really useful thing, training grounds. And then you can upgrade your unit's abilities. They naturally upgrade throughout like battles and stuff like that, but if you pay, then they get that ability so they can start upgrading it. So you see here, like, he already has shield mastery, which means he can use the defend ability, which means if he defends for a turn, then he only takes 50% damage for the next time. And you can see it progresses through the levels, so it gets the ability gets slightly better, which is something I really enjoy about this game, because it kind of gives you a reason to like care about your soldiers, because they slowly get better and better. So I'm probably going to do offense because it's the most useful one. It upgrades the fastest. You can see it increases their damage like pretty quickly, and you use it the most of any ability. So we'll go ahead and get that one for our warrior, and then we'll go over to our mage. I really like to get healing magic. I think that's probably the most useful one, probably the one that you should get at the very beginning. You can see it restores 5 HP to them. So the skill system is simple. You pick the skill and get basic training for it. The more soldier uses the skill-related abilities in battle, the better the skill becomes. That sounds kind of confusing, but I feel like I explained it pretty well there. With soldiers ready, let's leave the castle and prepare for the glorious battles. Alright, so then we get new events, so you can skip your turn. Your resources are shown top left, as I showed. Lumber, iron, gems for recruiting different things, and then food on the right. But there's also some more tabs top right. We'll explain a little bit, but yeah, this is the evil indicator, top middle. It shows you like how many, how strong the units are getting, and how how much influence they have in the world that you're in. But yeah, as it says, if it's full, you lose the game. Reduce the evil indicator by killing the evil spawns. They spawn, I say, once every 2 or 3 turns from what I saw. Sometimes they do spawn every turn. It just kind of depends. These are the information tabs. We'll go through those in a bit. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and go through the information. So you have inventory, which is where a lot of your items are stored. Your technology, which you can increase through like different actions on the right side. So like you see this one, these are really, really good. I mean, you see this trade, extra income, 1 gold per turn. That'd be really useful. Peasants are automatically recruited, which is just, you know, time saving. And things like this, when you have to micromanage, anything that you can get to auto manage is always better. And then medicine, plus 10% energy and health restored per turn. I wish I had that already. You gain 1 gem every 5 turns. That's also really helpful. And then the food one is, I think, the best one. I really want that one as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and get to the combat. And then also, of course, barracks, so you can see your units, and then your heroes, which you can unlock, as you can see, through 3 different actions. Like the Grim Reaper, you can get through accepting the Necromancer's offer, accepting the Ghostmaster's trade, and then sacrifice an archer to the Necromancer. So there's different actions you have to complete to get your heroes. But we'll go ahead and jump into combat for the first time here. We'll go ahead and use both of them. As you see, the stats are listed below. Pretty basic stuff, as you can see, you know, if you've played games like this before. Now the battle music does get a little loud and intense, so just bear with us through that. I'm just going to go ahead and move up my units, try and get a little bit closer here to their melee unit. And as you can see, the mage has an ability here, Flame Sword, which increases our little swordsman here's attack by 2, which is really, really good. And then the healing. So you can see the mana's top middle, health's top left, and then you can see his attack range is top right, or like top middle as well. Probably just going to... Or can she attack from here? Oh, she can. There you go. And you can see there's a battle log on the right there. Mage deals 2 damage. He uses defend. We'll probably just try and get our warrior up here in front of our mage. Make sure she doesn't get too hurt. Go ahead and defend. And as you saw there, it did say 1 experience, so you can see like their abilities slowly do get leveled up. Go ahead and put Flame Sword on our boy here. So he's a little buffed. And then he can come up and attack. You see he still had block on there. So we're not taking very much damage so far. But obviously these are, you know, your tanky units, so we'll just go ahead and try and do our basic damage. And then we'll probably just finish it off with the swordsman, and there you go. And obviously every turn you see, it'll show you your experience that you've gained for all your abilities. Like there's your major, your basic attack, you know, gets experience, and then your basic melee attack gets experience. And then also you collect gold, which is a really, really important resource in this game. So then you see, slowly we're going to see different actions come in on the right side that are unique. You'll get random encounters, you'll get different resource-related things, you'll get this, like help the village, send 3 villagers to restore the village nearby, which we're probably going to go ahead and do, but we're going to make sure that we're not missing any peasants. There you go, recruit 2 peasants. So now we have 4, so now we have more than enough to make sure this village gets what it needs. After your village have gone to after your recruits have gone to the village elder sent you 7 food as a reward. Not bad at all. And we'll go ahead and get into the combat again. And their HP does not come back after battles like that. So you have to make sure that you're paying attention and that you know, you don't accidentally send one of your units in that has, you know, no health or something like that. And on the action list it does come up that you can like heal your units, and there's different ways you can do it throughout. So now these are the bats, and they're a little bit more of a long range unit. Just go ahead and defend, have him take some damage. Pull him up here, we'll go Flame Sword. And we'll see if we can finish him off. There you go. And the Flame Sword ending up being the difference there, being able to kill that bat in 1 and making sure to keep down that evil meter. And as you see, once you skip your turn, if there's no danger or anything like that, you can go ahead and do that, and it restores 20% of your max HP and mana if you own 2 food, which we have plenty of food, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. So there you go, and you see, as I said, there's some resource stuff, so go gem mining. You can send 4 people to gem mine, which is always good. Go ahead and recruit more peasants. So we have exactly 4 peasants. We're probably just going to go ahead and send them. Great profits come at a great loss. The miners managed to get some gems, but lost 2 men during excavation. So we got 2 magic gems, but we lost 2 peasants. In my opinion, it's probably worth it at the end of the day. Send resources to make the region better. That's probably what I'm going to do for this turn as well. The evil meter is probably going to go up a little bit more, but getting those technology up as fast as possible is really important in this game, I feel like. So which one of these can we do? It looks like resource gathering might be the only one that I can do right now. There you go. Hunt for treasures, but that is nice. So now that all of our peasants just automatically get recruited, I don't have to worry about going back there every single time to check if peasants are there. It's pretty good. And for only 4 gold, which isn't a ton of money in this game. We're probably going to... I want you guys to see as much as possible, like all the different things, so I'm probably going to do more of the, unique action list type things during this playthrough. Unlike just, keep going into combat, going into combat, going into combat, so... You dig for some items and find a hidden stash of items. Unfortunately, it's nothing special. Among items you find an equipment piece of mediocre quality. It seemed like a Feed the Poor event now unlocked. Militia dagger. Interesting. So that sounds like something maybe one of the rogues would use. Also, we do have enough gold to go back to the castle and recruit another unit, so you guys can go ahead and see the rogue as well. So the rogue is now recruited, and we have enough gold also to give him a couple, or at least one new ability. Let's see, increases damage dealt, which is just this basic attack, obviously. Critical strike. We'll probably do critical strike for this, for the rogue. Go ahead and attack these units. As you see, the bar does go up fairly quickly, so you have to make sure that you obviously don't just keep doing the different unique events. You need to keep attacking the enemy spawn. So go ahead and use everyone for this battle. As you saw, your max is 4. Fighting a wolf this time. Interesting. I have not come up against this unit yet, so we'll see how this works out. Flame push. Interesting. We'll just go ahead and put Flame Sword on our warrior for now and have him defend, as he's probably going to take the damage to begin. As you see, there's the rogue's basic, or like one of his special abilities, which is to poison the enemy. Go ahead and see what this Toxic Strike does. There you go. And of course, experience on those kinds of abilities is always a good thing. Go ahead and try out her Flame Push. No valid targets for abilities. Fair enough. Our warrior and the wolf kind of going back and forth. There you go. Now obviously these battles at the beginning are going to be easy. They're going to get more difficult throughout. Also we got an item reward there, which is nice. You got some leather armor. Some mediocre level armor. Leather armor. There you go. As you see there, you can go ahead and equip both of those items. Actually going to be appropriate for the rogue, so it's good to make sure that your units have the best equipment as possible. Another wolf attacked here. Oh, can't quite reach him. Probably gonna go ahead and need to just stun the wolf, try and get as much damage done as we can. Just go ahead and make sure our warrior here doesn't get too hurt. Go ahead and get some healing magic there. You see it does 5, but the more we use it, obviously it'll go up in effectiveness. Let's get a rogue behind him. There you go, backstab. As you see, rogues, as you guys are probably pretty familiar with these types of games, can do more damage if you get them up there behind. Let's go ahead and buff our boy here. See if we can finish him pretty quick. Go ahead and give the rogue the kill this time. There you go. And we get a mage upgrade this time. Some cloth armor. Gives him a little bit more energy to use, which is always a good thing. As you see here, we have another help the village. Which, of course, we don't have to worry about how many villagers we actually have at the castle, because we're getting them automatically at this point. After your recruits have gone, they sent me 1 lumber, which of course is going to give me the capability to get another rogue if I do want to. We have enough gold, so we might as well go ahead and try and do that, but I'm probably just going to grab another mage, because we do have those gems that we got earlier in the game. So there we go. And of course, you only have 6 units in your barracks at this point. I don't know if you can upgrade your barracks later in the game, but we'll just have to figure that out. Now let's see what it looks like when we do use all 4 units. It's another wolf, so it looks like this might be one of the easier battles with all 4 units now being used. Just kind of spread everyone out, try and get our mage out of the way if we can. Go ahead and do some damage. Always get him defending, because you know that's what that wolf is going to go straight for. It's our warrior there. There you go, critical and the backstab, which is very, very good indeed. Let's go ahead and get him stunned. We might be able to finish him on this turn. It looks like we're going to be able to do just that. And he is done. Maybe I should be on hard difficulty. There we go, another chance to improve our technology, which is always a good thing. Medicine is going to be available this turn, which is excellent. 10% more, 10% energy and health restored per turn, which is very, 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 very good indeed. There you go. And rush the portal. Alright guys, this is probably going to be the last fight we're going to go into. We're going to go ahead and try this one out, and then after we fight the portal, we'll see kind of give our final evaluation of this game. All right, I'm gonna assume these units are just gonna kind of stream out of there, so I'm gonna make sure he's at least on defend, because this portal probably is no slouch in the health department. Go ahead and see what kind of, yeah, as you see, we did 3 damage there, and it barely even budged. There you go, and we see our first orc. Fortunately, he did spawn in a favorable position, but as you can see, that orc is not a slouch either in the health department. Let's make sure here that our warrior is doing alright with his health. We are going to try and get that portal down as quickly as possible. As you see, the rogue there taking a lot of damage, not a lot of defense on that boy. There you go. Go ahead and try and get him poisoned at least. I'm going to try and focus this down as quickly as possible. As you saw, I did have wood, so I'm still going to have enough to grab another rogue if our rogue does perish now. Go ahead and try and get him a little buffed, though. There you go. We're almost about a third of the way down. We have 7 damage from the rogue. That is very, very good indeed. The real question is, oh, and there's another unit summoned. If we can just get this portal killed as quickly as possible, we can just, you know, keep this managed to just having to fight the two of these units. Might be able to do it this turn as well. Looks like, oh, just barely. Our rogue might fall indeed. I'm probably going to go ahead and try and get the rogue out of there at this point. To victory! Alright, good. That's going to give our rogue a chance to get out of there a little bit. Press on the assault. I'm gonna try and get him at least faced up here with the with this orc, so we can get our rogue here. Hopefully he doesn't end up doing any damage there. It's gonna be a close one to see if our warrior can actually survive this attack. There you go. And indeed, our rogue did end up falling there at the end, but we managed to kill the portal and 2 more units. All the portals have been destroyed. The scouts will start looking for the boss. They'll inform you as soon as possible of his location. A nice little haul there as well. 7 gold and a new bow, which would have been great for our rogue, wouldn't it have been? But as you see, a couple more new units. The starving peasants ask you for 10 food. Go ahead and do that. Crafting merchant can now be obtained if you collect 50 gold. So there you go. You see, there's the beginning of the hero kind of quest line. And guys, I think that's going to be it. Big thanks again to Cold Wild Games for letting us play this game. I'm definitely going to end up finishing it. If you guys obviously want to check out for yourself, make sure you find it on Steam. It's $2.99 on there. Make sure that you guys also go to TitleRace.com for all of your gaming, sports, and entertainment news. Also, make sure you check out the podcasts that are on there and the stream team. All the guys on there are great. You'll see more material from them coming up in the next coming months. But this was great, and hopefully you guys will see me again soon. See ya.